All right, guys, welcome to Achilles Safe Haven. We're here with the Calvaria AMA. We have Nightmare and El Oso representing the team. Just a quick reminder, nothing you hear on this recording is financial advice, and AMAs are a chance for us to ask questions. They are not endorsements. Nightmare, El Oso, tell us about Calvaria.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna elaborate on a project concept, like what we're trying to achieve, the problems that we have identified. I'm gonna share a roadmap with you, so you know where we're standing. And as we are building the game, actually many games, but we have one as a as a crutch of the project, and also as creative lead of this game. We'll share the insight of this part of it. Sounds good?
I would love that. Give us all the details you possibly can.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so essentially, Calvaria, what we're trying to do is become a bridge, sort of like ambassador between crypto world and non-crypto users. What we're trying to do is turn as many as possible people who are not familiar with the crypto into crypto users through the game. So we see overall NFTs and the play to earn concept as something that is brought to this world to speed up the mass adoption. But with the state of the games within the GameFi niche right now, it actually slows it down because most of the project, to be honest, they at best underachieving because they overpromising. I'm talking about those projects that claim to be AAA games and then they roll out 2003 graphics. There's pretty much every GameFi project lately, especially those who are like creating MMORPG games. So we think the problem itself is these games, the games that build on blockchain, they are not attractive to non-crypto community. So what they do is they release the game and then they milk GameFi community for cash. And the problem with it is the GameFi community is very small. We don't want to deal with it, so we want to build a product that actually not just attracts enough users.
Oh, do you
Say
see back
what?
there? Go ahead. Oh, no, no interruption. I think we just got some mic feedback. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, we want to make a product that not just attractive for non-crypto users, but caters to them specifically. And the way to do it is through accessibility. Because another problem with the GameFi sector is even if game is attractive enough for someone who doesn't know anything about crypto, it's very complicated to even get to it to just to test the game. So what we see is it's very bad to put users, potential gamers, through hell of installing MetaMask, Trust Wallet, buying NFTs and tokens just to see whether he likes the game or not. And we want to make our game accessible. So we are building our game using Unity because it allows for the best graphics, it allows to make it attractive, it allows to make it good. And we want to eliminate this hassle of installing the wallets and purchasing something just to let people try out the game. So what we want to do is create two modes. When game releases, there's going to be two modes accessible: play to earn mode and free to play. Play to earn is pretty obvious, right? The users will have to own their own NFT deck, and then with this deck, they're going to be able to participate in PvP battles in the story mode, earn more NFTs, earn more tokens, participate in tournaments, so on, so on, so on. However, free to play as the main mode, that's what's going to cater to non-crypto users because you will not need to do anything but download the game from the app and just start playing. So this is the case, and we think it's very important because it allows anybody to try the game, see if they like it, and if they do, then through the gameplay, we are going to educate them on the blockchain by showing them the value of the assets they earn through the gameplay. And this is the key point. So make an attractive game, make a good game, and then by showing the value of the assets, by showing the features of the blockchain that separates us from the competition in the real world, turn the users into crypto gamers. So this is the idea of the project. So to talk about competition a little bit, we don't really see competitors in the crypto niche because we don't want to cater to only crypto users. So we consider our competition the Hearthstone, the Gwent, and the battle card games that are, available for everybody, not just for crypto users. And as some of you probably know, Hearthstone have 300 million users per month. So we look at it like this. Imagine you're a Hearthstone player, and there's an option. There's something different appears on the market that just as good or even better because of the more original setting that we have in our game. But we offer something that Blizzard would never, which is ability to actually own your in-game assets and ability to earn money through the gameplay. So this is where we at. That's what we want to do. As for the roadmap, so we actually been building for a while, and right now we are in the beginning of the INO event. So today, in a few hours, we open the first round of the INO where we're selling mystery boxes. So there's up to 5 NFT in the mystery box, plus tokens, and we have the jackpot system that, with the jackpot up to $15,000. Sort of like a lottery to kind of make it more interesting. And we plan to conduct all 3 rounds of the INO before the end of September and then proceed with the IDO. So we have already partnered with KuCoin. Last week, we already signed an agreement, made an announcement. Today, we had a conversation with the tier 1 launchpads. I'm talking DAO Maker, CDFI, some tier 2 launchpads like Beanstarter as well. So yeah, that's what we're heading right now. That's where we're standing. As well, I gotta mention, we have already released 2 mini games because this is the idea. We know that community always needs something fresh, always needs to be entertained. So every month we are releasing mini games, totally free to play, and we are conducting weekly tournaments with the cash prizes. So we already released 2 games, and the 3rd game is going to be NFT Battleground game that's going to utilize these NFTs that we are selling right now on the INO event, and is going to be released right after all 3 rounds of INO are conducted. So yeah, this is pretty much where we at. And in November, December, we are planning to release the playable alpha version of our main game, Duels of Eternity. And yeah, Jay will tell you more about Duels of Eternity game because he's a creative lead. He is responsible for the world building and character. So yeah, Jay, please proceed.
All right. Yeah, sure thing. So to begin on the breakdown of the game, Calvaria Duels of Eternity is, of course, a battle card game set in the afterlife. It centers around the conflict between 3 main deities. Santa Muerte, with the Los Huecos army, who are the souls of the cultists who follow her in life. We also have Quetzalcoatl, with the Tia Quan, the souls of Aztec warriors and Aztec-inspired mythological creatures. And finally, we have the Ether, vacant souls of the lost, now twisted into eldritch horrors. These 3 will be the first decks we release. The game will be in constant development, bringing out new cards, decks, and modes as frequently as possible, as we want to keep, as Nightmare mentioned, the gameplay fresh and with new and different varied ways to play. At the initial release, there will be 2 main modes, also mentioned, the story mode and the PvP. Both will be using the same mechanics. It is a battle card game, so I won't delve too deep into the basics of it, but there will be a twist on ours. Instead of placing down cards on a single row, there will instead be 3 rows, a melee range, a mid-range, and a long range, which will have units assigned to each one of them, so they're almost like a typing. Adding units to the board will bring up the power of your army. Cards can have active and passive abilities. They could be used, for instance, to buff your own units or damage the enemies. There will also be mechanics like silencing or pushing the opponent's units out of the position. The round will end when both players decide to pass on their turn, and whoever has the highest power will win. The next round will then begin with an empty battlefield. It's the best of 3 rounds, and the units who are used in a round will then be removed from play, unusable in any rounds after. Another huge difference is when you place down a card, we will actually have the character run into the battlefield. Since it's more like building an army, we want to give it somewhat of a cinematic feel to the gameplay and tie it into the mechanics. So, as an example, there could be units which have different kinds of interactions with each other. For example, like if you have a formation, like let's say you have like a shield unit who runs onto the melee row with another two of those shield-wearing units there, they might all slam down their shield together and roar. Or you might have another unit run onto the battlefield and shoulder check one of the ones as it runs past into position. So yeah, that we do want to give it a different kind of feel, do something which hasn't been done before. As it stands, we're going to have 250 or more cards. There will be some characters, some spells, and even some neutral cards that can be used in any deck. The cards themselves will come with a rarity, and the rarer they are, the stronger they will be. We'll also have lieutenants. They are a kind of unit which is stronger than the cards acquired from the base deck, and come with stronger abilities. All cards can become more powerful, though, by upgrading them, which will be done by combining the same cards together. Calaveras are another kind of card which will be activated once per game, and they can have a devastating effect on the battlefield. Within the game's lore, they are walking forces of nature that are drawn to sources of conflict. Every Calaveras will come with their own power based on the traits they possess. All of them will deal damage to enemy units, but some of them will have extra special effects like silencing units, destroying units with low health, or even moving units into different rows, which of course does damage by itself. So yeah, that's the breakdown of the game, what we're working towards, and the Calaveras, which are about to go on sale.
Well, talking about that there, so okay, I took a few notes here. Let's start at the beginning. So you guys mentioned that the application to play this is downloadable. What can I download it on? Just the PC, or is it mobile as well?
So this game that Jeremy was talking about isn't accessible yet. Right now is in development, but answering your question, is going to be available for everything. So it's going to be optimized for the API, like Google Store, Apple Store, but of course it's going to be available on laptop as well, on the PC. We don't want to make a browser game because, you know, it limits. I mean, nobody really outside of the GameFi playing browser games, not really anyway. And actually for the marketing, having the app is very powerful tool because, you know, when you play the mobile game and you want to get like additional diamonds or additional energy to play more, you can watch the game, watch the ad, like 30-second gameplay video of another game, and they will give you this. So putting our game in there is going to be the most powerful marketing tool to get new players in the first place. So missing out on that, it wouldn't be very wise on our front. So this is one of the many reasons why we decided to, you know, go more expensive route, because development of this game is actually pretty expensive and long, so to speak. But the opportunities, long-term opportunities, the marketing-wise and overall exposure-wise, and in terms of attractiveness to pretty much everybody, 99% of the population, whoever has the phone or the PC, it's there. So this is why we wanna make it accessible everywhere for everybody. That's the idea.
Okay, I'd like to hear that. That actually kind of leads into my next question. So, I mean, you're on a Telegram call channel right now talking to people that already know crypto pretty well, right? Or at least, at the very least, they're new to crypto. You mentioned that a huge part of your marketing strategy is going after people that don't know crypto. How do you plan on doing that?
So, of course, we're going to run multiple marketing campaigns because, you know, we're going to have a lot of things going on in the project. But, of course, the game being the crutch. So the most important thing is social media marketing, because As you know, the Facebook, it got a lot of targeting options. So the idea is we're gonna target people who are playing mobile games. We're gonna partner with, we already partnered actually with a Malaysian company. They do the like amazing trailers. So we're gonna utilize these trailers for the social media marketing campaign. I'm talking brand awareness, CPA campaign. Plus, of course, it's gonna be YouTube ads. I'm not talking about influencers just yet. Just the ads, the when you scroll down, or when it's the video that pops before the video that you want to watch. It's like skippable after like 15 seconds. Then we already got accepted to the networks such as Unity ads, which is pop-up notifications plus the native advertisements on pretty much every gaming website. And it's the Unity ads is purely for the games. So yeah, it's going to be targeted audience. As I mentioned before, the in-game ads and in-app ads. I'm talking about Google Store, Play Store, and so on. Plus, we in general see events as something more marketable than the product itself. This is why we're going to be conducting a lot of tournaments. And for the tournaments, we're going to be partnering with a lot of Twitch streamers, with a lot of esport gamers. We luckily have connections with a lot of them, especially from the Europe, Ukraine, Poland, and so on. Because yeah, one of our core team members' brother is deeply involved in it. He's actually part of the team, of the esports team. So yeah, we got a lot of connections on that front. And through these tournaments, we're gonna raise the exposure, using the streamers, using their communities, offering some some free decks to these influencers and these professional gamers so they can share with their audiences as well.
Very cool, guys. Very cool. How long have you guys been working on this? How big is your team?
So we've been working on it for about a year total. And the team right now is 16 people, including 5 core team members.
5 core team members. And how did you guys know each other?
We all know each other personally. For example, with Jeremy, I met him in China, and the other core team members, for example, the Wald, if he's still here, we met when they were creating the website. Foundico.com is one of the first ICO listings. I was already crypto trading a little bit, so we met on some conferences where they were speakers. And so is another co-founder. And our head of marketing, Max, I know him since my childhood. We've been doing a lot of arbitrage and a lot of affiliate marketing together like 10 years ago. So yeah, that's been around with all of them pretty much.
No, it's just good to know you guys know each other in real life. Anything that keeps the smart chain safe like that. All right, let's see.
We honestly, I personally wouldn't be comfortable doing business with someone that I don't personally know. It just doesn't feel right.
I respect that.
Yeah, it's just. You gotta trust the person. How can you trust the person if you never saw him?
It's a dangerous game we play. Very much so. But there are people I've known on here for over a year, where like I know their home addresses, but I've never actually met them in person. And then there are people that I've met on Telegram that I haven't met in person. So it's all a dance. All right, let's see here. So okay, you mentioned one thing that was different about you guys, that you can actually own your in-game assets, right?
Yes.
How do I own them? What are their costs? So you mentioned the mystery boxes. I'd like you to touch on those. And then are there any additional in-game purchases that you guys plan?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go
ahead. Sorry, I have another question, but I don't want to overload you. Next one, and after I'll ask.
Okay, yeah. So I will start with mystery boxes because it's the most recent event. So the mystery boxes, like when you purchase the mystery box, then through the reveal, right, you're gonna see what you have. So they are divided into 5 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. and each tier has its own minimum value. For example, the bronze is 1 NFT and $50 worth of our tokens, right? And the diamond minimum amount is 3 NFTs and $500 worth of tokens. And each tier of the box is actually having its own jackpot prize pool. So for the diamond, there's going to be $50,000 worth of our token and $15,000 of the USDT cash, essentially, right? So when you get the NFTs, they fully belong to you, and you're free to do with them as you please. You can sell them, you can rent them out to somebody, which is going to be accessible through our in-game store as well, but later on that. So yeah, we are not going to limit you of only use them in-game, and this is the biggest difference between Web3 and Web2, right? So this is actually the key how we want to compete with the Hearthstone, because they want they taking your money for some assets, but they not actually belong to you. Even the NBA Top Shot is pretty much the same thing, right? You buy an NFTs, you mint them, you kind of own them, but you can't get them away from the platform. So we don't want to deal with it. And actually, your NFT, it belongs to you. It is on your wallet. And even when you use them to play, you will not need to put them to the game directly. The script will read that you already have it, and it's gonna, give you the benefits, give you the characters and whatever buffs you deserve by owning these NFTs in game without you actually putting your NFT anywhere else from your wallet. So yes, so these Calavera's NFTs that we are selling right now, it's limited. It's only a little bit more than 10,000 of them available. But this pre-sale that we are conducting now is only 999 boxes available. So beside these, there's going to be more characters. There's going to be 30 characters in each deck, the regular characters, right? So those, when you use play to earn version, you will need to purchase your own deck to use these characters in game. And it's going to work the same way. They belong to you. They are stored on your wallet. You don't need to transfer it to the game or to the contract address in no way. So all your assets is safe like this. And if you want to rent it out, it's going to work the same way. You create the ticket essentially on our in-game store. Someone rents it out, but you do not pass NFT to nobody.
Okay. And how much do they cost? For what packages?
You talking about NFT deck?
Yes, or I'm talking about the mystery boxes and the NFT decks, I guess.
So mystery boxes, the pre-sale is going to be 199 Matic, whatever, because we're on a Polygon. Yeah.
Ah, that's important. Okay. So I'm sorry, 199 Matic, got it.
Yeah. So 199 Matic. The second round is going to be 249, and the public round for the mystery boxes is going to be 299. So the first round, the pre-sale, pre-mint, what you want to call it, is conducted on our website, while second and third round is going to be divided into like 2 different launch pads. They're going to take different allocations. For example, KuCoin, they're going to take probably around 1,000 mystery boxes. The NFTB, they also going to take about 1,000 NFTBs, 1,000 mystery boxes, my bad. XT.com, we also partner with them for the INO. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But the idea is round 1 is the cheapest, round 2 is something in the middle, and then the public round 3 is going to be the most expensive. And because, we're always trying to support the early adapters, we also have the NFTs, the ownership cards. So each NFT gives you kind of like share, makes you a beneficiary of all Calvaria business operations in the future. So all those people who are participated in the round 1, they're going to be automatically airdropped the silver ownership card as well. This is just as a bonus, Yes, as for the prices for the NFT decks, there's going to be available within the Duels of Eternity game. So right now we don't have a prices yet because, game is still in development. So figure out the price is not that big of a deal. But what I can tell you right now is there's going to be options. because there are different decks. Some cards in the deck they're going to be uncommon, common, rare, and legendary. So if you want more powerful deck, they're going to cost you more. However, though, for the cheaper ones, for the cheaper cards, for cards that are more common, not as powerful, is always going to be cheaper. Plus, we will constantly do the drop boxes with exclusive cards and seasonal cards. So we call these cards lieutenants. There's going to be at least 15 for each deck, and they're going to be released later as kind of like special events, if that makes sense. Because the idea is we don't want to give everything right away, because it's important to keep the game fresh, keep a lot of updates. So I'm happy to say that even though the game right now is in development, we already have updates and new game modes that we're going to implement for like 3 years after the game release. Like, we have plans on how to update the game, what to add, and so on.
Okay. All right. So this leads me to another question. I guess now I'm just a little bit confused. So is there a coin tied to this?
Say what?
Is there a coin tied to this?
Yes, of course. There is a coin, the coin called RIA, and in these mystery boxes we are selling right now is not just NFTs but coin as well.
So you get the coin in the mystery boxes as well. Okay. What chain is the coin on itself?
Like right now we are on Polygon, but we are partnering with Myria. This maybe you heard about it. It's like pure gaming blockchain. So in the future we plan to do it multi-chain, but right now everything is on Polygon.
Everything's on Polygon. All right, got it. And
I mean, as it's EVM, it's not a problem to make it compatible with other EVM chains. Not really a big deal.
Really is not. It's all the same code, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for Solidity. Okay, now my question is, so when exactly is the launch of this coin itself? And are the mystery boxes the only way to enter it before it goes live?
Okay, so we plan to have IDO or IEO or both. We actually discussing with both centralized and decentralized launch pads. We plan end of September, beginning of October. These are our dates. And TGE also on centralized and decentralized exchanges within first 24 hours after the IDO. So I can't give you the date, but here's the range. End of September, beginning of October.
Okay. And
second part of the question. No, mystery boxes is just one way. Like after the INO, we're gonna be opening the seed round as well, and there's gonna be IDO obviously. So as a public, but of course the best value will come from the seed rounds. If someone will be curious about tokenomics, we have it accessible on the website and in our white paper. So it's full unlock schedules as well available on our, not on our website, in our white paper. Full schedule for all the rounds, for all the all allocations.
Okay, awesome. You guys have a lot going on here. This is a large time frame though. So first off, I mean, the channels that you guys have come up with, do you guys have an announcement channel? Just on the pure aspect of this is a lot to go off of.
Yeah, it is. What channel did you ask about again?
An announcements channel, perhaps one that we can't talk on the dates and everything.
Yes, we have an announcement channel. Let me send it. Where can I send it?
You can just DM it to me. I'll add it to the post here.
Okay, Walt, can you do it? Walt here. Okay, well, probably not here. All right, let me find it real quick. Okay. 1 second.
Oh, it's all good. I'll put that on there when you guys do get it to me here. We have the Telegram and everything else listed for people that are.
Yeah, I send our announcement channel to you.
Got it. Let me throw that on. Excellent.
Hmm. Yeah, we do understand. We have a lot of going on, but there were like almost a year of preparations. So it's like a lot of activities, a lot of milestones are happening right now. A lot of things going on in the background. Like KuCoin partnership actually helped a lot because when we applied, it took some weeks. It took like 3 weeks. It took for them 3 weeks to reply, and then we got this email like you passed the initial screening, so how about we schedule a call, see what else you have to say. And yeah, after the announcement, we starting to get a lot of like messages of people who want to partner up and all that stuff. So yeah, actually a lot of things going on in the background and on the front end as well.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like you guys have got a lot going on. So the KuCoin listing itself, that will include the coin also when it comes out, correct?
Yeah, it will. We already partnered, like officially signed a contract for the INO, and of course, like right after this, they offered to negotiate the token price as well, not the token price, token listing as well. So yeah, we're talking about it now, without rush because we don't have a date yet. But yes, it's gonna happen. And same pretty much with XT.com. We also like sign agreement for the INO, and the listing is gonna happen. So our idea is uh, to have at least 2, 3 centralized exchanges on TGE. And if that's going to be a good opening, something worth our while, we also want to consider IEO.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me look here. All right. So we talked about your. Oh, so you guys have 2 mini games out right now. Do they play a
Yes.
role in
Yes.
the ecosystem, or are they just for fun?
Hmm?
Do they play a role in the ecosystem, or are they just for fun?
They're just for fun. They're accessible through Telegram. However, though, we conduct the tournaments where people can actually earn money, and the points that you learn through the while you're playing, we're gonna exchange them into our tokens as well. So yeah, it's for fun, but we allow our community members to get paid off it as well.
Oh, cool. So you can actually earn money by playing the games right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Great, man.
So the first ecosystem game is gonna be released right after the INO because as it's NFT battleground game, it's gonna utilize these NFTs from mystery boxes in their trades. So we can't release it before the NFTs are available. So it's kind of directly correlates. To give you some insight on this game, it's going to be called Calvaria Battleground. Calvaria is the name of these NFTs that we are selling right now. So they all have different trades, and some trades will have like additional boosts, like plus defense, attack, health, or the ability to earn more tokens on the PvP battles. So when you mint your NFT, you're gonna see what trades you have and what you have, like what boosts you have. And obviously those that got a lot of different boosts combined gonna have the biggest value. It's gonna be like auto chess. So you have your NFTs, you put them on the battlefield, and they battle against the opponent.
Interesting. What engine is this all built on? You guys seem to have a lot of programming going on.
Honestly, I can't answer this question because I'm everything but tech.
I got you.
But we have a full stack developer. He's working on it. But it's not going to be on Unity. On Unity, there's going to be the Duels of Eternity game.
Okay, fair. All right, let me see if I have any final questions here. Oh, what about auditing and security? It's something we're always worried about, right? So do you guys have anti-cheat mechanisms built into your games, and do you have any audits coming up?
Yes, yes. As for these mini games, we saw a lot of cheaters. So right now we have all the mechanism implemented, and cheaters are automatically banned. And it was actually a funny story. A lot of people started to point fingers like they cheat, and then we see in our programs that they are the main cheaters in the game. So yeah, absolutely. And as for the for everything, for ecosystem, like we want to keep our contracts safe. So the main idea is to keep them super simple. Logic behind this to not implement any questionable or complicated functions, because the more complicated the contract is, the more stuff there is to exploit. So our contracts are only used to keep the funds, and all its functions are limited to moving or holding it, right? As for the servers that control these contracts, we already signed agreements with Cloudflare and Chainlink. They have pretty powerful anti-hack system and so on. So it will help us protect infrastructure from attacks. Like pretty much 80% of the all robberies or hacks, they happen because of the human factor. And other 20 is like the tech issues. So with the help of Cloudflare and Chainlink, we're gonna eliminate the 20%. And as for the 80%, we are using multi-sig like Gnosis Safe to eliminate the human errors as well.
Okay. All right, I think it's time for my wonderful Haven. We're right on time. Guys, if it's your first time in one of my AMAs, if you would like to ask a question and you don't want to talk in VC, you can type it in the most recent comment and I'll do my very best to get for it. In the meanwhile, anybody who wants to ask a VC question, go ahead and unmute yourself. I just unmuted like 4 of you guys. Please be polite to each other. I'll take a look at the text questions. Go ahead, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Ask the question.
First person, I believe, is Ojek.
Okay, yeah. Basically, usually I do not ask questions, but this project is quite close to my heart, let's say, because I'm a card player for many, many years right now. I played Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone you mentioned. And yeah, my question is like, how competitive gonna be your game? Like, do you aim on, because as I checked the how the game looks, it looks a little bit like Gwent. Do you know the game Gwent? Like the battlefield is quite similar, let's say, and the Gwent was kinda competitive. Some of my friends even like won a huge tournaments hosted by the game developers. And yeah, this is basically my question. Do you aim to more like do some game where people can collect those NFTs and basically play with them, or you aim to set a really competitive environment for that thing?
So actually, we want to make game as competitive as possible. What we want to do is we want to implement as much strategy as possible, so people never in a disadvantage. We want to put everybody in the same position and let their skill within the game do all the talking. So yeah, absolutely. And we do know the game Gwent. I'm a pretty huge card fan myself. So yeah, and the Witcher universe is one of my favorite actually. So yes, absolutely. I remember when I was playing Witcher 3, I spent a lot of time just playing Gwent. And yes, our goal is to compete with these games, with Gwent, with Hearthstone. So to compete with them, they got to be interesting. They got to be competitive. There's always got to be something new and something exciting about it. So yeah, direct answer to the question is we want to make it as competitive as possible. We want to implement a lot of strategy. So one of the features is if you put the character in the wrong row, for example, like you see the car, right, and there's a sniper. Like the character has a sniper rifle. If you will put him in the melee row, he will not be as effective and lose some of his powers, and is just not going to be effective. So you always got to think where you put these cards, how to make them as effective as possible. Yeah.
If I may, yeah, thanks for the answer. I have another question. Basically, like because you benchmark yourself to the Hearthstone, I see. I mean, like there is another game in the space. Do not know if you are aware of that. It's called Gods Unchained. It's basically also like based by blockchain. Yeah, you own the NFT, you set the decks, and like there, the competitive aspect has been broken because basically if you own NFTs worth like 1 ether, and you're gonna assemble a deck out of those, it's basically you will be unbeatable, but anyone who do not have those cards. So like this competitive aspect there is a little bit broken by the money itself, right? If you have the pockets, you can just own whatever you want, and you can just play and grind, and then you get the highest prices, and it rolls, right? Like, do you wanna somehow, because you said it's gonna be open for anyone, so yeah, it's possible, like the normal people gonna be able to reach that high as well?
Yes, absolutely. Because as I mentioned, we're gonna have a few modes, and one mode will not even require you to purchase anything. You can just play and have fun, and still participate in tournaments with the large prizes. And the decks themselves, they're gonna be accessible pretty much everywhere. Even if you play free version, through the gameplay, you will be able to win the same NFTs. And to upgrade those NFTs, you will not need to pay any cash. You can just use your in-game assets. So yeah, we don't wanna make it about money, but rather fun. So everybody will have the same conditions. Yep, that's pretty much the answer. Good question.
You for answering. Okay, so I'm going through the chat section, and we have two things I want to have answered here. So it seems like the community pretty strongly wants to see some sort of preview of this game. Do you guys have anything that you could share?
So for the main game, we have the trailer. It's a gameplay trailer. It can be seen on our website, calvaria.io. However, though, I gotta tell you right away that this is not precisely how the game gonna look, because what we want to do, as Jay already mentioned, when cards are played on a battlefield, they're gonna turn into 3D models with animation and everything. So the card is gonna be used more like to give the information about the character, sort of like the sport games, like like NBA does a card and you can see the stat of the player. So the same thing, the card's gonna be used to show the stat of this specific character, but when it is played on the battlefield, it's gonna be a full 3D model.
Okay, so I guess the answer is that you can take a look at what they have so far, but there's more coming.
Yep.
The next question I wanted to ask, which I like a lot, comes from Rebecca Evil's Queen. Is the team solely focused on giving their whole time of day to this project, or is it just part-time?
It is full-time. Nobody have any other jobs. And we have the legal entity. It's called DCL Company Limited. It is registered in Bangkok, Thailand, O2 section, Paradise Park. So all our full-time workers are work from the office. It's just because it's summertime, and some team members, me in particular, we had to do some stuff like make a new passport. That's my case. I had to leave Thailand, where I'm usually reside, and come here to get this done. But yes, we all full-time in the project. Nobody have any other jobs. Yeah, we fully involved. We work in 12, 14 hours a day, and this is the sole focus of it.
Great. Okay, what else do I want to get to here?
Okay, Achilles.
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I had a question if there's time.
Please, go ahead.
All right. Hey, Nightmare. Hope you're doing well.
Hey. Yeah.
All right. So my question is, since you're on Polygon and the Ethereum.
Oh, Sujay, we lost you there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Got muted.
You're back. No worries.
So yeah, since you're on Polygon and the Ethereum 2.0 merge is around the corner, when that does happen, does it affect the transaction in-game or the buying and selling of the tokens in any way at all? And also, do you then plan to merge or transition over to the POS Ethereum net?
So as we talk to to our developers, to Polygon Studios, like we're in contact with Daryl, it's not going to affect anyhow, because even after the POS, I mean, the Polygon will remain Polygon and is always going to be faster and is always going to be cheaper than Ethereum, just because of the token price, essentially. As for do we plan to move somewhere? We want to do in the future. We want to do it fully multi-chain. So yeah, we want to have it. We want it to be accessible from everywhere, any blockchain, especially those that EVM compatible. So short term, like right after the POS, probably not, but within the next 3 months, yeah, we wanna do the full multi-chain.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Question, Nicholas.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
All right. You said
Hello?
there are two. Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay. You said there are 2,250 cards available for the 4 levels of the game, and the levels having their own percentage of shares assigned to them. So are there measures in place like regulation to the amount of cards an individual can possess regarding playing the game?
Okay, so to clarify, 250 cards is going to be available within 3 decks at the beginning of the Duels of Eternity game. Of course, later on, we're going to be expanding, introducing more cards from the old decks, and old decks, going to be getting some upgrades, some special cards, and of course, there's always going to be new decks. So token isn't really related to those character cards. As for the NFTs that we are having right now, the Calaveras, that's 10,000 of them, but they are not cards. They're gonna be used in games, obviously, but they are not, like overall, they are in limited supply, if that makes sense, right? So the second part of your question about was it about the price? Could you repeat, please?
Yeah, is there going to be a limit to the amount an individual can possess?
I don't understand the question, buddy. One more time.
I mean, is there a limit to the amount of card one person can have to buy?
A maximum amount that you can buy. Got it.
So no, there will not be amount of there's not going to be a limit of how many cards one person can have, because you're going to be able to get them cards through the gameplay. And if you have like more than one card of the same type available, you can either use it to upgrade the other card, or you can sell it or rent it. So the idea is, even if you have the 5 cards of the same type in the game, you can only use one. So it's like one is the main card, and others that are the same are kind of like shards. So you can't use the same card in the game.
All right, thank you. And secondly, the characters, looking at their name, Makila, Akila, Vivina, which country is that? And are you looking to focus more on the countries of these characters more?
So the cards are inspired, like the decks are inspired. One deck is inspired by Santa Muerte cult, and another deck is inspired by Mesoamerican culture, the Aztec civilization in particular. And of course, later we're going to expand more decks. We're going to base them on different cultures, on different mythologies, because we think it's very interesting, and it allows players to learn more about different cultures. Is always very interesting. I love history myself. I love learn more about different stuff. I like to travel to learn about cultures. So we see it as a pretty important aspect of our game as well, because instead of utilizing something that's been over everywhere over and over, I'm talking about like Nordic stuff, right, or Japanese culture, it's been, the market is oversaturated with it. So we want to expand on something that is less known to the mass market. We think it's a very big selling point for the players as well.
Yeah, cool. I gotta say, when I saw the Dia de los Muertos style that you guys had, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, we like, because every other game, like even Gods Unchained, somebody mentioned. I mean, it's been done,
Yeah, that looks really cool, man. I'm sorry, did that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you, Achilles.
You're so welcome, man.
Thank you.
Okay, we have time for one more question. Yep, that's you, my man. Go ahead.
All right.
Thank you
very much. Okay.
One at a time, guys.
Sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
Ask your question.
Okay.
Oh. So maybe I could just quickly go ahead with my question. Sorry. So okay.
Please go ahead over here. Aviator, the floor is yours.
Okay. I think I'm sorry. I was having glitches with my.
No
Sorry.
problem.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Sorry. So okay. So I kind of like the fact that first of all, the cards and the NFTs were kind of portraying different cultures, and it's really nice because I've been in with a project and Chronos, and most of the NFTs were kind of Greek gods, Hades, and so it's making people get to know these gods, get to know about this Greek mythology. It's really nice. But then my question is about the marketplace. So if one tries to sell his during the market and during the sell and the auction of this NFTs, for example, now do you have a VIP lounge whereby those who have the highest token or one of those with the highest token can be able to be in this NFT lounge and take, let's say for example, a sniper NFT it's been sold, let's say for example a Chinese warrior NFT is being sold in the main markets, but in the VIP lounge, you're having some like a gold version, a platinum version of that NFT being sold in that VIP lounge. Are you gonna be having something like that?
So right now we don't have plans like this. We want to make it as accessible as possible. However, though, because we are already part of many game guilds such as Shadow League and Sky Meta and Capital DAO, we always gonna be, providing to our partners some, exclusive guilds that are exclusive decks or exclusive cards that are made with their help, to kind of utilize our partnerships on this front. So right now we don't have plan for such a VIP lounge, but as our in-game marketplace is going to be kind of gamified, it's going to be interesting. For example, the staking, right, is going to be like you bring sacrifice to Santa Muerte, to make it more interesting. So I actually like the idea, and yeah, we will discuss with the team, and if we will be able to implement it with the beginning of the in-game store, like at the launch of the in-game store, yeah, we can definitely consider something like that, upon request, because as we are building decentralized organization, and for example, you're the holder of a token, right, or the NFT, you will be able to offer this, and the other community members will vote on it. So if community likes this idea, we will definitely implement it. That's what I can tell you.
That's truly awesome. I kind of like the pattern you guys are going through with this, and it's really really nice. It's really lovely. Just one more thing. Sorry, one more question. For the skins of these. For the skins of these characters, will you be later be having other skins, like implementing more skills for more skins for this avatar? Maybe for these characters, maybe a character with let's say an armor, a suit of armor, a complete suit of armor, or maybe a normal character with a Santa Claus suit, or like changing their suit.
Yeah, I understand your
skin
question
for them.
Yes, and the answer is yes. It's gonna be this system like this, plus, excuse me, plus we're gonna have the NFT upgrade system that also, like when you put same cards together, they're gonna change the skin, and the skins is actually something, the NFT skins, obviously, all in-game assets are yours. You will be able to earn them through the gameplay as well. So yes, answering your question directly, yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question.
For asking. All right, guys. I think we are just about out of time. I will say this on the recording. Awesome AMA, guys. Great presentation. I'm very happy to be looking at this project. Nightmare, whoever wants to give some closing statements for the recording, now is the time.
Okay, so guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for participating, for all your questions. So yeah, if you are curious, visit our website. We have the mint for our first the pre-sale open in 2 hours. You will be able to get up to 5 NFTs, up to $15,000 as a jackpot, and up to 50,000 worth of RIA. So yeah, if you're interested, join. You can reach out to me anytime, ask some questions. We will always answer. So yeah, thank you for having us, and hope to see you. We have games. We have free play to earn games in our community as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, thanks for having us here. And cheers for being a great host, Achilles. And thank you guys for your awesome questions.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, man, you definitely made my morning. Great showing. All right, let me stop the AMA here.